Hello everyone, so we will be talking about the Flywoo Firefly 1S Walksnail Dead Cat. It's quite long, I know. This is the Walksnail version of this dead cat frame. And as you can see, it uses an orange canopy to mark that this is a Walksnail. If you got the HD0, you'll be having a red canopy and analog would be black. So far, this has a very good performance based on the weight of this. Okay. Okay. So with this, we want to increase the propeller size, but of course, it will not fit a 2-inch propeller here because of course it can only accommodate up to 1.6. So for now, we will try to move this from this current frame of Flywoo to a Razer X Twiglet Mini frame, which can accommodate up to a 2-inch propeller. Now, the only downside would be with this build is that this has a 1002 motor. So actually, it's not easily swappable. You have to, if you want to have a bigger motor, you would need to resolder all of the motor. So it's quite small. If you'll be looking at this, the ESC here is quite small, and it's built in with the flight control. So let's try to use first the 1002 motor, and let's try to fly this. Hopefully it has a good flight performance, even though you'll be using a smaller motor. And at the same time, with this, we will be using this 2015 propeller of Jamfan, and as you can see, this is quite bigger and it will not really fit in this kind of frame. So you try to do this and easily do a swap. The good thing about this Twiglet Mini is that, as you can see here, you could actually use a bigger motor with 4 screws. But if you have a tiny whoop and you only got 3 motor holes, it could also accommodate that. Now, the only downside with this frame is that it did not have a battery holder. You could accommodate a battery strap and wrap around these 2 holes here. We 3D printed this battery holder here, just a makeshift from some current Twig battery holder. So this was supposed to be a 3S battery holder. We converted this to a 1S size. So this is the Firefly 1S DC16 Baby Quad Walksnail version 2 Bind and Fly. This is a good flyer, and when I use this on my freestyle session, it could fly really well. But the problem is when there is a wind, it struggles on high winds. And okay, so let's remove first the motors. This could be quite long. I think we need to remove a couple. Okay, so we have finally removed the motors. Next would be we remove the frame. So this is the Goku F411 ELRS-1S. So it has a built-in ELRS receiver, but it is not SPI. So you could upgrade it to the latest version of ELRS, and it has a separate antenna here. So this is the 75mm dead cat frame of Flywoo, and this is the Twiglet Mini of Razer X. And if you put it side by side, you will see how big the other frame is. Okay, so I think I need to reorient my motor because our first plan is to use this hole as the hole for the micro USB, but it won't work. So we'll be putting it this way and just rearrange all of the motors. And I think Metaflight still okay because the real orientation of this flight controller is going to this. This would be the front. So this will be our front for this frame. If we put this here, it will work. Okay, so far so good. We have fit in all of the screws of the canopy. Okay, we already fit all of the motor. Now the ELRS. We will try to place it here. This is the current best spot to put this in. The plan is to put this antenna here, but it's too short. It's too short, so we cannot do that. So just the best. Okay, so that is our setup for this. Of course, we will put our 2-inch propeller. So okay, we still have a bit of clearance here. See? The only problem now is if the orientation of the motor is correct, because we tried to move the flight controller by 45 degrees. So this is our 2-inch 1S freestyle quad. The innards are all Flywoo Firefly 1S, and we got a bigger propeller. Motors are still the 1002, and I think the propeller will be in view, but we would expect a better flight performance with this. So let's try to fly this. So we'll do a simple flight with this 2-inch Flywoo Firefly 1S, and we'll be using the goggles X on just with the Radio Master Pocket. Okay, so this will be our configuration here. Alright, so that is for our thumbnail. Okay, so let's do this flight. Let's turn this on, and just do a flight test. I was able to fix the issue with our flight controller. We fly. Let's go. Crash fit. So far so good. It's quite loud compared with a 75mm frame, and it's not as nimble. But it's fast. You're having a longer flight time. It's quite loud there. Like a mosquito. Oopsie. Hold on. I'm having issue with my goggles, wherein it's getting foggy. Okay. Really foggy. I'm not able to see anything. That's the problem. So I think this doesn't have a defogging fan. There you go. Much easier to fly. We're still at 3.6, but I am flying around 2 minutes already. Let's see how far we can go. Oh, we are getting pixelated here. So I'm looking back. I also increased my Mbps. I think this is already 50, but my transmission is 25. Let's go. Let's land. Change battery. We got a warm motor. Not that much. Because if your motor is acting weird, or it, if the lift is too much, it could get warm, but it's not. So far so good. You could go with another flight. I'll try to face that way so we could have a better reception. The flight is okay, but the problem is it's not as agile if I do a turn. So that is one problem. But hopefully it's fogging again. I got a very warm goggles right now. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, let's see, let's do this. 3.9. Okay, so there's some prop wash. But not too much. Let's see. Okay. It got pixelated in this area. There are too many trees here, so that is a given. And you only have 250 milliwatt of VTX power, so that is expected. See how fast that is. Two minutes of flight time. Not bad. Okay. Low battery. The speed is really increased by having this bigger propeller. And I'm still very cautious on my throttles. I think I'm just flying at around 30 to 40% in this very tight space. So it's okay. This combination is really it's good for a very small quad such as this one. This is the Flywoo Firefly 1S, and this combo is really good. And if you are just flying around doing bando, I think this is doable. I'm still not good at bando, so I still need to do some practice, but I just tried this combination of a bigger propeller, bigger frame for this Flywoo Firefly, and so far it's a good flight. Probably on another video I'll try to do some acro on a bigger space, because our area is quite small and there are a lot of trees, a lot of plants, so our signal is not that good. So let's do it on another space. But so far I'm happy with this, and so far the Goggles X is not overheating, so I'll try to do another video about this so we could discuss it in detail more. And the only problem really is it's quite really hot here on this part. This one not, but this one is really hot. And today is a warm day. There are a lot of sunlight, so it's really getting hot, but I'm not seeing any of those discoloration that some people do experience, and so far so good. You could actually look at it, and you can see that the Goggles X is really good. This is very similar with the Goggles 2 of DJI in terms of the size and its functionality, but of course when it comes to range, this you need to optimize your setup to have the same range of the DJI system. But this one, for a very small drone, this is really a good combo. You could just bring this anywhere and fly to your heart's content. So we will end the video here. Hope to see you in the next one. Happy flying. See you in the next one.